Hey guys, Zack from Stone Glacier here. Today we just wanted to talk to you guys about tripods. And a tripod is something that is going to be in almost every Western hunter's kit when they go out into the field. So we wanted to take 4 to 5 of our guys here in-house and just run you through what their systems are in the hopes that we can just give you a little bit more information so that you feel well informed when you go to buy a new tripod. So the tripod that I'm running right now is the Really Right Stuff Ascend 14. And this is a super sturdy, really bomb-proof tripod. It's going to weigh a little bit more than your typical, general hunting and backpacking tripod. This comes in at about 3.2 pounds. I'm used to running a little bit heavier tripod just because I do a lot of filming, both through a phone scope and a camera as well off my tripod. So typically to get that stability, a little bit heavier tripod is going to provide that. And now with my system, I'll actually use my tripod to shoot off of. So this is about 3.5 inches pack diameter, just under 19 inches. So it's a pretty small package. 3-leg carbon fiber tripod. Something that I really like is just quarter turn, and we get this all locked out really quick and easy. You don't have to really reef on these things, which makes putting that up in the field really fast. Another thing that I really like about this is just when you do want to put your binos on top of there, this is an outdoorsman's mount. So it's that 1.5 inch dovetail, also known as Arca. It pops right in here, and this lever on the side allows me to just, manipulate the entire head like a ball head, and I can lock it down at different tension levels based on whether I want it to move a little bit, or just be free. So that's a super nice feature. A con that comes with kind of that feature though is that the tolerances are so tight that if that gets dirty, it will start to kind of bind and jump a little bit. But overall, the head on that thing is pretty awesome. So I'll run the outdoorsmans with my binos there. If you have range finding binoculars, Really Right Stuff makes this, I want to say it's their cinch mount. Basically goes around the barrel of your binocular and goes right on the tripod. So as far as my system in the field, everything's super fast and easy to get on and off my tripod. I got a plate on the bottom of my Leica spotter, so everything's able to go really quick and easy into my tripod, so I can shoot off of this really well. So as far as a backcountry system, I've really basically designed my optics and rifle around the tripod here. So having that weight, the sturdy legs, the high build quality is something that I really like in this one. One of the big downsides is that the price tag on this bad boy is $14.50. So that's way up there. Most guys are not going to dish out that kind of cash for a tripod, and you'll see some of the other guys have some more options that are very similar to this, but not with that price tag. So overall, really impressed with this. Again, we have the different angles on the legs here so that you can, run it at different angles. The only other real downside to this tripod right now is that you are a little limited on the mobility of the head, as far as if I wanted to glass with my spotter at a real extreme downhill or uphill angle, I'd have to manipulate the tripod legs to get it there, which hasn't been a problem so far. But other tripods I've ran, there's a little more flexibility there. So just some things to think about as far as your tripod, and that's what I'm running and how I use it.
How's it going, guys? My name is Andrew Whitney. I'm the outside sales manager here at Stone Glacier. I just wanted to take a minute today to talk to you about the tripod system that I use, and then how I incorporate all my optics and rifle into it. So I have a Benro ball head with a pan function, as well as a slick light CF522 tripod. So there's a couple things I really like about this tripod. One is the weight, and two is just the overall functionality. So this, as a package here, comes in at 2.5 pounds. And then I have an Arca Swiss adapter up top. And what I really like about this is that I have Arca Swiss across my whole system, so I can very easily interchange my optics. This is a backpacking tripod for me, so it's not quite tall enough for me to stand in glass off of, but the height that it fully extends to provides a lot of opportunity for me and allows me to utilize my spotting scope while I'm standing, and then gives me a lot of flexibility with my binos depending on the hillside I'm on, as well as with my rifle if I need to shoot downhill on a steep hill or uphill. So I'll kind of show you how my system works here and how my optics and rifle can be interchanged on this head very easily. So here I have the NL Pure 10x42, and then I have the really Right Stuff Cinch LR. So this just slides in to the tripod head here, and then I have a pan function as well as the ball head, which I really like because oftentimes when it's cold, I'll drive the binos around with my face so I can keep my hands in my pocket and keep them warm. And then if I spot something I want to take a closer look at, it's as simple as pulling these off and swapping it out for my spotter. Right, so really easy to change between those two. And then I can also run my rifle on here. I installed an Arca plate on my rifle so that if I have some crazy angle for a shot, I can use this tripod to shoot steep downhill or steep uphill. So it's a really nice flexible system. It's not crazy sturdy, seeing how it's as lightweighted as it is, but it does give you a lot of flexibility to run it at varying heights here. And I do really like a center post on my tripods. Again, just so it gives you some added opportunity to adjust the height here. So this is the tripod system I prefer to use when I backpack hunt. Again, it's not the stiffest tripod, it's not the lightest tripod, but it seems to be a really good system for me when I'm out hunting in the mountains.
Hey, this is Kurt Roscoe. I'm going to take you through my tripod setup as well as the optics and how that moves over into the rifle. So what I'm using is I'm using a Leo Photo. This is the LS 255. It has the leveling head, which gives you 30 degrees of adjustment on there. On the top, I'm using a pick clamp attachment. This is through Atlas, and I'll show you why I'm doing that. And then on my spotting scope as well as my binoculars, then I put a pick rail on the bottom of those, so they're all interchangeable. Same thing on my rifle. Actually, all my rifles have it. Have a pick rail right here on the chassis. I'll also put a pick rail right in front of the magwell. But then this works well with the Atlas bipod as well. And I guess what I like about it is that the pick rail attachment system has a pretty small footprint. It's easy for me to go in between the different items that I have. The downside to it is that you have to do some adjustment. So you have to drill and tap some things. For example, to get a pick rail on the bottom of your spotting scope, you have to drill and tap and add a couple of bolts. But I do like that you can extend the pick rail back more to the balance point of the spotting scope. Same thing for the bino clamp. This is the RRS one. Had to drill that. You don't have to tap it, but does add a couple of extra steps. As far as the tripod, I've been very happy with this. It's carbon fiber, self-leveling head. It has very low center of gravity when you either get your rifle on it or a heavier spotting scope. It adjusts from 3 inches high all the way up to 55, I believe. So you can use it as a bipod. On longer hunts, I won't bring a bipod with me. I'll just bring the tripod. Some of the cons of this setup Well, first off, it's a little bit expensive because you add the clamps in, the Picatinny rail. It does take some modification to different pieces to get them all fit together. Once it's all set, I've been very happy with it. The other con with this is that you only have 30 degrees of adjustment. However, I found it very easy to gain any extra adjustment just by adjusting one leg. And I still prefer the low center of gravity. That's the thing that I like best about the leveling head, opposed to the ball head where you can get that flop. So that's my kit.
What's up, internet friends? Lyle from Stone Glacier. Just going to take a second and run over the current tripod that I used last year during my sheep hunt. This one's from Leo Photo. This is the LS255CEX. I don't know why they make the name so hard. It makes it hard to remember, but that's the one. The reason I really like this one was it was one of the lightest tripods that I could find. I believe this weighs in at just a little over 2 pounds, about 2.27 pounds. It's really minimal in its design, does not have a center post, which I liked. So you can see it actually like collapses down really small. So if you're attaching this to the side of a backpack, or if you do put it inside of your backpack, it's not going to take up a lot of space. One of the things you do sacrifice by not having a center post is you are kind of limited to what type of head that you can put on there and how you adjust the tripod up and down while you're glassing. So this comes with a 10-degree rotating head. So you can see I can pan that any direction for 10 degrees. The issue that you find in the mountains is sometimes you'll want to look uphill or downhill. So in order to get that limitation out of this, you're going to have to adjust that front leg. And so you can scoot that up, scoot it down, what have you, fan the back legs out, and then now you can get that needed adjustment in there. But if you're trying to save weight, it's a pretty slick system in that regards. I just have a really simple Swiss Arca head on here that allows me to attach a lot of different accessories or optics to it. So this is my spotter. So same thing, it just drops obviously right in there. You tighten that down and you're good to go. So really an easy system. One other thing I do too on my spotter is I'm always losing my caps. So I take a little piece of Velcro, put that on the face, put it on there, and now these two are together. So at least if I lose them, I lost them all, right? But this is much easier for me to keep track of. I'm not searching for all those caps out there, but real simple. And then again, when I'm ready to swap out, oftentimes throughout the year, I'll run a couple different styles of optics. So for rifle season, I will do more of a Geovid. I like these, easy to use. One unit, I'm not keeping track of 2 units while I'm out there. I currently have a really right stuff kind of bino grip on there. Same thing, just drops right into that same connection point, and now you can glass off of that. So real sturdy. This tripod has a head rating of, I believe, about 30 pounds. I always like to try to go at least double or triple the weight of whatever device I'm putting on there. So if this thing weighed 6 pounds, then you'd want at least something with 12 pounds or heavier. But I try to get as heavy as I can because it just makes it more rigid and stable out there. So the head that I put on here is just a real simple head. This one's from ProMaster. It's basically just 2 pieces. So it has just one knob that tightens it, and then you can put these different attachments on any of the devices that you may run out there. One other thing that I like to do is I'm constantly losing my inReach out there. So I just have a little piece of paracord on there, and then I can just clip my inReach on there. It's a good way to keep track of this and also allows you to communicate with your family. And oftentimes you spend a lot of time behind the glass when you're out there looking. So just another great way to keep track of your stuff. But outside of that, I mean, I really don't have a lot of negative things to say about this. It is one of the lighter ones on the market. I think, it also is fully extendable, which is cool. So I always try to find ones that have really thicker bottom sections here. Oftentimes, if this is too thin and you want to stand up while you're glassing, if you get tired of sitting, it's kind of this last connection point that really makes a difference in how stable it is out there. But that's my setup that I used last year during my sheep hunt. Always trying new ones. I'll probably give another one a try, but so far I've been pretty impressed with this little setup.
Hey guys, Taylor here, running you through my tripod setup that I've been using for the last pretty much 6 years or so. So this guy here is the Slick Carbon Fiber 634. I've done a couple little custom modifications to it. Actually shortened up my legs and removed one leg piece there to lighten up a little bit of the load, and then also remove my center pole there, running this Benro ball head. Switched over from a pan head just because you get a little bit more versatility out of the ball head when I'm moving it through my different optics and my rifle and stuff. So most of the time I'm just running it with my Swaro 65 here, so just a nice easy little clip in there, tighten that guy off. Works well. you jump over to my 15s. This is a slick little deal that Really Right Stuff sells. And same thing, that just clips right in there. Lock it in so you're ready to do some glassing with those guys. And then after working with the modern day sniper guys this last spring, ended up mounting a arc rail on the bottom of my rifle here. So same thing, I'm keeping everything for the most part modular, where that guy will then just clip in just like so. You're ready to shoot off it. That way basically reduces the need for a bipod with my gun, which is also kind of a nice way to lighten the load up. But it's a really cool, versatile tripod. You got your quick little snaps here. So you got your 3 positions, so works well. From a shooting, if you're shooting level, you can basically go all the way down to low, extend the legs all the way up, and you can do anything shooting off any kind of side hills or this or that. But it's a good system, and it works well for me.
Hey guys, my name is Colby. Today I'm going to give you the quick spiel on my tripod setup, I guess. So what I've been using is the Cerui T24SK. It's the carbon model, and it's got the VA5 head on it. I used to be a ball head guy. I've kind of gone to all like bino glassing since I got these Maven 15s. So since I got that, I've really liked having that pan head on there. It just seems a little bit smoother, not quite as like jolty. You're not always fussing with it as you're panning with your binos. And then for the binos, I've got an adapter here from Really Right Stuff that just fits right into my plate. I believe the plate's compatible with all Arca stuff. That's what I've been running on anyways. But yeah, this is a nice setup because it allows you to have your plate on there. You don't have to have an additional plate, and you can just run it in your binos or your bino harness ready to go. As far as the tripod itself, yeah, I don't know, not too many bells and whistles. You can see I took the center post out, and they provide this smaller center post. I was just talking with the guys. I think I'm going to actually update this for this year. I'm going to add back in the longer center post. And again, I don't really do any glassing standing up. It's usually always sitting down. So I'm going to take off my lower third leg and cap it, and then add in that center post so I've got the height adjustment that way for when I'm sitting. But yeah, besides that, it's a pretty lightweight model. I think without that big center post in there, it weighed in at 2 pounds, 12 ounces, so pretty lightweight for like a backpacking tripod. The feet have clicks that you can get out. If you want to shoot off this thing, you can. Get it down so that it's flat on the ground. It's also got kind of a cool feature that if you want to get it a little bit more compact than it is here for throwing it on your pack, these legs will actually rotate 180 degrees. So you get that extra 4-inch of compactness when it's on your pack. Yeah, besides that, I don't know, that's my tripod. It's got the little hooky deal there. You can weight it down if you want. But yeah, I'm not as technical as these other guys. It's just a lightweight carbon tripod that's done the trick for me, and I really enjoyed this VA5 head since I've got it. So yeah, that's it.